This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, keeping you informed about the happenings in Annapolis and the area. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and of course, local weather. The Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Monday, October 28th, 2019. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Yesterday afternoon, just before 4 p.m., a fire broke out in a home in the 1600 block of Chesapeake Lane. This is in the Beverly Beach community of Edgewater. Fire crews arrived. There was heavy fire from the home, and the smoke plume actually could be seen from Stan and Joe's way down in Galesville across the Western Road River. The Anne Arundel County Fire Department is investigating the cause of the fire. There is no damage estimate. However, a neighbor did say that he heard an explosion of sorts and then saw the carport on fire. There were no injuries to any firefighters or civilians, and the damage estimate right now is at $140,000 to the home. The Annapolis City Fire Department did assist with fighting that fire. You can catch some photos on eyeonannapolis.net. Glenn Miller was able to get down there and catch some photos of the fire if you are interested. Late Friday evening, the Annapolis Mayor's office sent out a somewhat bizarre press release, and it was a statement from the mayor about the condition of HACA housing. HACA is the housing authority for the city of Annapolis. It was a fairly lengthy response. You can read that at eyeonannapolis.net, but it was all about the inspections, and he said that the city has inspected 150 units at Robinwood. As of today, 114 have passed inspection and are licensed. Repair work is ongoing. They're going to do 154 more units next month at Morris Blum. And this all stems from HACA, their licensing, the inspections, the repairs, the federal lawsuit. All sorts of things are intermixed here, and HACA has never been inspected or licensed by the city. There is no codification or agreement for the exemption. It was just a long-standing policy, and due to complaints from residents, former Mayor Mike Panelides instituted an inspection program, but that program was stopped sometime after he lost the election in 2017. And inspections just recently, according to Mayor BUCKLEY, have resumed in August of 2019. That is 3 months after a federal lawsuit was filed. Now, this statement was in response to a 6-page letter sent from Maryland Legal Aid, pretty much over the mayor's head. It went to Senator Sarah Elfreth, Delegate Alice Kane, Delegate Shanika Henson, County Executive Stuart Pittman, and Councilwoman Lisa Brannigan, essentially imploring those leaders to do something as the city was not doing. Some of the comments they included from residents were, "Cookouts for 600 don't change the fact that my kids and I go home to a moldy, disgusting home. They just think we're poor and we're black and we don't know we could live any better. I appreciate them helping out with backpacks and uniforms and stuff, but my kids still can't breathe in our apartment because of the mold." And one that I really never gave some thought to, but this is pretty serious. They don't take into account our kids. Our kids can't just move from one neighborhood to another. That's dangerous for them. They're scared. My kids are going to have to move in with their grandma if I have to move over there, and that's from one HACA property to another, because young people in the various public housing neighborhoods tend to band together and form alliances. Parents have expressed grave concerns about the possibility of their children being targeted after a move because they are from a different neighborhood, something I had never considered. The letter does ask for 7 things that they would like for these residents. 1, healthy, safe housing without mold, bugs, or leaky pipes. 2, something structurally sound so you won't have to worry about falling through stairs. 3, windows that air does not pass through. 4, a decent, clean, safe laundry room or in-unit washer dryer. 5, a recreation center for the kids, community space for adults. 6, a safe space for recreation for kids. And 7, something we can have pride in. When we posted this up on our website, we did get a response from Lisa Sarro, who is the attorney for Maryland Legal Aid, and she said that the mayor's statement contradicts city staff's affidavits and testimony from the hearings that took place over the summer in state court. A sworn affidavit by the city manager, Teresa Sutherland, was submitted in court to support HACA's contention that the city does not inspect HACA properties and that HACA doesn't have to be licensed. And Chief Zoning and Inspections Officer John Manassa testified in court that the inspections of HACA properties were not to occur as a result of a decision by the mayor. The mayor's statement also totally contradicts the position the mayor and the city have taken in federal court, which is that they have no obligation to inspect or license HACA properties and that HACA residents' entire case should be thrown out. Those were the comments from Lisa Sarro, who is the attorney from Maryland Legal Aid. This mess is going to get a lot uglier before it gets better. I hope they can find a solution, and one very fast. Congratulations to Teresa Beilstein. She is a South Shore Elementary School teacher, and she is now the 2019-2020 Maryland Teacher of the Year. That was announced at an awards banquet on Friday night at Martin's West in Baltimore. Beilstein beat out 6 other finalists to become Anne Arundel's second Maryland Teacher of the Year in 3 years. Josh Carroll of South River High School got it in 17-18. Beilstein is the 4th Anne Arundel County Public Schools teacher to win the state award. In addition to Carroll, Linda Adamson of Mayo and Jessup Elementary Schools won in 93 and 94, and Patricia Nadehart of Broadneck High School won in 88 and 89. Beilstein will now represent teachers across Maryland in the National Teacher of the Year competition. Hey, over the weekend, we dropped a few podcasts, and you want to make sure you check them out. Saturday, totally went to the dogs. We spoke with Audrey from Dogwood Acres Pet Retreat, and there was a lot of fun. Check that out. Learn a lot about Dogwood Acres Pet Retreat, especially if you have a dog or a cat. And on Sunday, it was all about City Dock and the City Dock Action Committee's plans, what they're going to do, what City Dock may look like in just a few short years. You want to give that a listen because there is a public meeting tomorrow night at City Hall, and we all need to be paying attention. That was a good one with the co-chairs of the City Dock Action Committee. What can I say? Navy delivered a nail-biter on Saturday. They ended up winning the game 41-38 against Tulane, but boy, they blew a 24-point lead at the first quarter, got it tied up 38-all with 2 seconds left in the game when Bijan Nichols came out and drilled a 48-yard field goal just as the clock ran out to 0, giving Navy their 6th win and their bowl eligibility for this postseason. Congratulations to Navy football. You've got a couple tough games ahead of you. Let's keep it going. You want to make sure you check out eyeonannapolis.net. We've got photographs up there. There's some video, and there's a great write-up from Kevin Chaney from Shellback Sports for us. Hey, if you're a fan of Mother's Grille in Arnold, which you actually should be, they're looking to expand, actually. They're looking to add a 4th restaurant to their growing empire. Right now, they are in Federal Hill, Timonium, and Arnold, as we all know, and they're looking for a 6,000 to 8,000 square foot space in Columbia, Ellicott City, Towson, or Annapolis. Annapolis kind of surprised me because Arnold is so close, but Dave Rather, who is the owner, said that he's hoping to have something open sometime in 2020, but he's not really rushed. It's not like they need to open one. They want to find the right space for the business. So congratulations to Mothers on the expansion. All right, that does it for the top news today. Please make sure you're checking out eyeonannapolis.net throughout the day because we do update it throughout the day. We will have some updates to these stories. And if you remember last week, we introduced our Money Mondays, and we have Ann Alsina here with some money tips so you can make your money work for you. And of course, like we have every day, we have George Young with your local DMV weather forecast coming up in just 1 minute.
Here's to the teacher who spends her weekend helping children who need a little extra attention. To the soldier who missed the birth of his baby while serving overseas. To the EMT working full-time and taking night classes. To the police officers and firefighters working long hours away from their families to keep our families safe. Here's to you, our hometown heroes. I'm Alan Hyatt, Chairman and President of Severn Bank, and we know there are many heroes among us. Men and women who serve without expecting anything in return. Which is why we're honored to offer our Hometown Heroes program to educators, law enforcement officers, firefighters, first responders, healthcare workers, and military personnel. Whether you're opening a checking account or buying a new home, we're here to give back to you. Learn more about our Hometown Heroes program at severnbank.com. Severn Bank, here with you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Going out? You need the most up-to-date local weather. Here's George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis with today's forecast.
Hey everyone, this is George with DMV Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Monday, October 28th. After a day of AM rain and PM sunshine with temps near 80 yesterday, today will be much simpler across Anne Arundel County with sunny skies all day, light winds, and highs 65 to 70. Then some clouds will move in tomorrow with temps again in the 60s before a chance of showers returns Wednesday and doesn't fully go away until Friday night, which will allow some colder air to then move into the region for the weekend, with the expectation at this point being for sunny skies and highs in the 50s each day. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DMV Weather. Make it a great day out there, and be sure to get our free app on all of your devices by searching for DCMDVA Weather in the Apple or Google App Stores. And also follow us on Facebook and Twitter and on our website at dmvweather.com so you can always stay weather informed.
Have you ever been to the Annapolis Mall when it opens for the day? Maybe you've noticed the line of folks waiting to get into the Apple Store. As you may know, I'm a Mac user, and today's episode of the Daily News Brief, in fact, all of the episodes of the Daily News Brief have been produced right here on my Mac computer. What you might not know about is MacMetics. They were founded here in Annapolis in 1989, and they are an Apple-authorized premium service provider, the only one in the Baltimore-Annapolis, D.C. area. And what that means to you is that they repair all Apple devices, including the iPhone screens and batteries, all without an appointment. And most repairs are done the same day, usually within 2 hours. They also sell everything except the iPhone and the watch for the same price as Apple. I don't know why you would go anywhere else. Give them a call at 410-757-MACS, or if you're not into the whole letter thing, 410-757-6227. Stop by their retail store in Severna Park on Benfield Road, or their service center in Lanham, right off of Route 50. Or you can always check them out online at MacMetics.com. I'll tell you, they've saved me quite a few times, and I know they can save you.
Your money, managing and investing it can be confusing and sometimes scary. Here to help you put your financial picture into focus is Ann Alsina from CovingtonAlsina with your Monday Money Report.
Good morning. This is Ann Alsina of CovingtonAlsina with your Monday Money Report. Overall, stocks were up slightly last week. Our recession watch indicators are still green, indicating no imminent risk of recession. If you're following market news, you may have read a headline that said, the Dow plummeted 800 points, or something along those lines. That sounds pretty scary. I'd like to give you a little history and perspective. First, what is the Dow? That's the Dow Jones Industrial Average, an index of 30 U.S. companies. The Dow comes from Charles Dow, the original publisher of the Wall Street Journal, and Edward Jones, his business partner and a statistician. Unlike the S&P 500 or other stock market indexes, the Dow is not weighted by market capitalization or size of the company. It's also not an average, so they don't take the 30 stock prices, add them up, and divide by 30. To make the index useful over time, they divide the total of the 30 stock prices by a factor which changes every time there is a stock split or stock dividend. So what used to be 30 is now 0.1474. When it was first published in the 1880s, the Dow was at 62.76. On Friday, the Dow closed at 26,958.06. Some of you may remember October 19, 1987, Black Monday. The Dow dropped just over 22%, the largest single-day drop in stock market history. That was a 508-point drop, which means hearing or reading that the Dow plummeted 800 points sounds terrifying, until you realize that an 800-point drop in the Dow today is just over a 3% decrease. The Dow is still up over 10% year to date. These drops are normal and do not mean you should panic or sell everything and go to cash. So what do you do? First, remember that there is no such thing as a short-term investment. Investing in stocks is a long-term proposition. Second, take emotion out of it. Working with a professional helps. And if all else fails, remember the market can be like a roller coaster. Close your eyes, hold on to the rail in front of you, and ignore that your stomach is somewhere above your head. For more information and educational videos, please visit our website at www.CovingtonAlsina.com. All performance reference is historical and is no guarantee of future results. All indices are unmanaged and may not be invested into directly. The opinions voiced in this show are for general information only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. To determine which investments may be appropriate for you, consult with your attorney, accountant, and financial advisor or tax advisor prior to investing. And if you don't have a financial advisor, come talk to us. This is Ann Alsina with CovingtonAlsina. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA, SIPC. Investment advice offered through Great Valley Advisor Group, a registered investment advisor. CovingtonAlsina and Great Valley Advisor Group are separate entities from LPL Financial.
When a ring from the United States Naval Academy comes into Zacharys for a center stone, it always makes us wonder, where's this one going? Where's this one been? A nuclear sub in the North Atlantic? A carrier deck in the South Pacific? The moon? 52 astronauts are Academy graduates, from Iwo Jima to Okinawa, Corregidor to the Coral Sea, Midway to the Persian Gulf, Congress to the White House. These rings go where America goes. 73 that went to war were awarded the Medal of Honor. But wherever they go, wherever they may serve, our admiration goes with them.
Zacharys. Online at ZacharysJewelers.com. More than a jewelry store, a jeweler.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m., keeping you informed with the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. And take a moment to listen to our other podcast, The Maryland Crabs, released every Thursday at noon.